What is up, guys? It's early in the morning. I have to work on the car because I have some really tiny small problems, and I have to go to work like in 2 hours. So the turbo setup is pretty much done on the car, except for that the fact that the turbo is a lot higher than usual in these cars. You see, this is a fuse box, and it sits really close to the manifold. And what happened is, it basically started melting right there. Let me focus. Yeah. So you can see there's a hole in the plastic, and right there you can see like it started melting. And also there's a part of the wiring harness that goes down there, and it started melting a little bit because of that. And the other thing that melted is right there. This hose sits underneath the core. This is the oil return line, and basically it was touching the manifold, and it just melted a hole through it. So what I'm going to do is chop off the burnt side, well, the burnt part, and I'm going to wrap the end of it with some DEI cool tape. It's basically heat reflectant tape, and I'm going to tape the hose with that, and also the fuse box with that, and a little part of the wiring harness. So we'll see how that goes. And also I lost two bolts, one there and one underneath there on the V-band flange that goes onto the turbo. My guess is maybe because my filter sits so high, it touches my hood right there, and with the engine vibrations, maybe it just loosened the bolt by itself. So yeah, I have to figure that out. I'll basically need to have an intake piping made so that the filter sits a little, more inside the engine bay. But yeah, so now let's apply the tape. So I've taped up the oil return hose, but I'm having a hard time putting it back onto the flange, and I've taped the fuse box as best as I could, and some part of the wiring harness right there. So yeah, now I have to figure out a way to put the hose back on. So I don't have much time left, so I have to get ready for work, and I'll see you guys after work. So guys, it is the next day. We're Monday right now, and man, some shit happened to the car yesterday when I was going to work. Basically, the hose I had for the oil return all the way to the oil pan completely like melted off, and a little bit of oil got onto the manifold, and it sparked a fire. There was smoke coming out of my my air conditioning vents, and a little bit out of the hood. So I parked in a parking right next to where I was. I opened the hood, and there basically was a fire around the turbo. I was like completely freaking out. I ran to the closest gas station and asked them for a fire extinguisher, but it was expired, so there was nothing coming out. So I was completely stranded there, and kind of like the only thing I could do was watch my car burn. But luckily, the fire stopped by itself, and it was only around the turbo housing. So yeah, today I went to a shop and got myself some stainless steel braided lines because the oil drain line is so close to the manifold. I don't want that shit to melt again. So I'm solving this problem with this. So this is a stainless steel line with AN fittings. And basically what we did is we used my OEM flange from the OEM turbo, and the guy there welded some AN fittings on it, so it converted my flange to AN flange. So with this, hopefully I won't have any oil problem. Hey, what is up guys? Today I will show you how to clean and polish a metal piping, because for my new turbo setup, if I put my filter onto the intake housing directly, the tip of my filter hits my hood and it rattles like hell when I drive. So I got myself a piece of 4-inch stainless steel piping. It was used for an exhaust setup, so it's pretty dirty, but we're gonna get that like new. So this is the piece that's gonna be used for my intake piping. So the first thing we're gonna do is scrub off all the carbon buildup that's inside of the piping and outside with brushes and some dishwasher soap. So we're gonna try that, and we're gonna polish the exterior with some Mother's metal polisher. So let's give it a try.
Empire, 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 Empire.
Prince.
Push me to the
Status update. I decided to switch from the dish brush to a metal wire brush. This thing works wonders on this. Look at how it came out clean. Really easily and much faster than the dish brush. So we're gonna continue with this.
Ladies, can you back it up? Can you back it up? Can you back it up? Back it up? Can you back it up? Back it up? Can you back it up? Ladies, can you back it up? Can you back it up? Can you back it up? Back it up? Can you back it up?
Hold up.
I do my that.
Ladies, can you back it up? Back it up? Can you back it up? Ladies, can you back?
So the outside looks pretty good right now. It's very different than how it was before. Now I have to tackle the inside of the piping. I think you can see, not sure, but let me focus in there. I think you can see a little bit of gray here. That's me. I already started to clean the inside with the metal wire brush, but it's a lot harder to clean than the outside, so it might take me a couple of minutes. So I'm pretty much done cleaning the inside of the piping. I ended up using my Dremel tool with the wire brush tip, and it's pretty clean and smooth inside. You can see the light reflect on the inside of the piping. Before it was just pitch black. So yeah, it's pretty smooth. Now we can get on polishing the piping. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, a comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. I'll leave a link down in the description. And yeah, that's where I post most of the stuff I do on my car. So if you want to follow the build, well, follow me on Instagram. So I'll see you guys in the next video.